Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin, and today you know what we've got? We have bookends. Of course you know that because it's the title of this video and it's just time. I last came to you in the beginning of July. I just missed the cutoff for my birthday book haul by this much. And so we've got it here. Yikes. The way Bookends works is it is a series on my channel where I try to put an end to all the unread books on my shelf. And so I don't really go into a whole lot of detail about what the books are about. I just tell you what I bought and what I've read. And hopefully at the end, I will have read less books. Wait, no, I will have read more books than I bought. Also, my goal for the year is to get down to 115 unread books on my TBR. And so currently we are starting at 129. That's where we ended in July's bookends, and that's where we're gonna start today. So let's just get into the birthday book haul portion. So my birthday was July 1st, and for my birthday this year, I took a little trip with some of my book friends, and because three of us have like birthdays back to back, like literally back to back. And so we decided we would go to Chicago and have a good time together. But did reading happen? No, but that's not what the point of the trip was. You know what I mean? The point of the trip was to have a good time, and a good time we had. We also went to a ton of bookstores, and so of course I got some things. So I did not plan on buying a lot of books when I went to Chicago because I was like, I'm gonna have to bring them all back and I'm gonna have to fit them into my suitcase somehow. So I was like, I'm not gonna get a ton of books. But I did get a few things. First up, I have All's Well by Mona Awad. One of my friends, shout out to you, Chanel, told me that I would like it because we are both in this weird girl era. And so she was like, I would like this. She also told me that I would like Cursed Bunny by Bora Chang. I know it's like a collection of short stories. I assume that it has to do with bunnies somehow. Otherwise, the title still may make sense and it not have anything to do with bunnies, but I don't know. We shall find out. So Chanel was like, yes, be weird. And so while I was in the bookstore being weird, I wasn't being weird in the bookstore. I was just looking for weird things in the bookstore. I picked up A Touch of Jen by Beth Morgan. This feels like it could be strange, maybe a little Bloom-esque in like the sense that it's that there's like an obsession happening. So we shall see. Then me and two other friends, Alana and Monet, we are trying to read classics together. So we decided that we're gonna read Crime and Punishment, and this is a big boy, but I really liked this cover. I mean, just like, let's have a moment for the cover. It's weird, and it's a bloody axe. On the back, we've got like people shouting things. I really don't know what's happening, but it's like so much happening. There's deckled edges. If I never even read this book, I'm gonna have a good time. But I am gonna read it. We're gonna read it together. I just need to get life together. And then while we were also at the bookstore, a whole bunch of us came across a poetry book, and we were like, it would be fun if we read it together. So we all picked up a copy. Well, most of us picked up a copy of The Way Back Home by Courtney Pepperdell. And this is interesting because I'm not generally a poetry girly at all, ever. I don't know the last time I read poetry, but picked this up, and then I actually started reading it when I got home, and I decided that I liked her poetry, so I picked up Pillow Thoughts. And so I'm adding this to my pile. This was a gift to me. And then that was my birthday trip to Chicago. But then I got home and I had some gifts from some great friends. So one of them was Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This was gifted to me from Alana, so thank you, Alana. Alana also got me this edition of The Great Gatsby. I've already read it, so we're not going to include this because it's not a book that's going on right on my list. But I just wanted to show you guys because I love it. I love this edition. And so shout out to Alana. And then Steph over at Stephanie Bookish, my fellow weird girl reader, got me Mayfly by CJ Lead. So does it get any weirder? Those are teeth. Those are teeth. I don't know what I was thinking this was this whole time. I'm just now realizing these are teeth. Yes, the eyeball and like the human teeth, but these are teeth. That's weird. I like it. Anyway, she got me Mayfly. She also got me The Center by Aisha Manazir Siddiqui. So I think that should be a weird old time too. And that's everything that I got for my birthday, and that's everything that I got in July. So already I'm screwed. I have to read a ton of things to get this back down. Fear not, because we're gonna try. Because in July I did read things. So in July, one of the things that I picked up, and I'm still making my way through, but I want to take it slowly, but I picked up the poetry book, The Way Back Home, that I picked up when I was in Chicago. So I'm still working my way through it because I don't want to just like speed read the poetry and it's just be a thing that I read. So I'm taking my time with it, making some little notes in here for myself. I'm having a really good time. I also read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Then I made Jess buddy read, it was a weird buddy read sitch, but we read Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. And then our other buddy read was The Mammoth, Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I will not be holding this up very long because it's heavy. That's everything that I read in July. So let's switch over to the things that I bought in August. August. So the only thing that I got in August, because it was a pre-order, was Amari and the Despicable Wonders by B.B. Alston. This is when I thought that this was the last and final book in the Amari series. We now know there's 2 more, but this was the only one I got because I was like, I did too much in July, and so that's it. And so that said, let's talk about the things that I read in August, since I only bought one thing in August. And the thing I read was Amari and the Despicable Game. Immediately, as soon as I got it into my hands, I picked it up and I started to read it on release day. So, in, out, super fast. Other things that I read in August were The Stories We Tell Ourselves by Joanna Gaines, Please Look After Mom by Kyung Suk Shin. My August buddy read with Ray was technically Amari and the Despicable Wonders, but I like blew through that and I left them in the dust when I read it, so my bad. But we also read Rise of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan together. I also started, but like it's a softie enough for now, Salvage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward. I just think I wasn't in the headspace for it, but I want to get back to this at some point. Jess and I had started buddy reading this, and then I don't think we were both in the mood for it. And then I also read Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. This is the second book in the Trials of Morgan Crow series. And so I think I'm coming back. Have I broken even? You see the number right here. I think I may have broken even right now. Anyway, I'll know once I wrap all this up. So on to September. Yes. So I was doing good, okay? I was like, I'm not going to buy anything in September. And then I went to a documentary screening about a very heavy subject. But like while I was there, I was intrigued by 2 of the books. One of the books is nonfiction and is actually included, excerpts from the book are actually included in the documentary, so I wanted to pick it up. And then the other one is on the same topic, but it's fiction, and the sale of the book went to like a scholarship fund. So the first book that I got was Lynching in Virginia, Racial Terror and Its Legacy. Told you it's a very heavy subject. So this is the nonfiction one. And then the fiction one is In the Pines, A Lynching, a Lie, a Reckoning by Grace Elizabeth Hale. those were the 2 books that I picked up. And so I almost escaped September without getting anything. Also, my mom bought these for me, so shout out to you, Mom. Thank you. I'll let you borrow them. But I did read some things in September. And so now I really do think after what I read, I think I am going to like break even on this. So the first thing that I read was I buddy read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez with Jashana. We both read Part of Your World, and then we decided that we were going to read Yours Truly together. And then after coming off of The Way of Kings, I needed a break. So I took a small break, and then I got into Words of Radiance by Brando Sando. This book is just so heavy. It's heavier than the other book. And the books just keep getting bigger. I hate it. Anyway, I read it. We're including it. I have maybe like, I don't know, 100 or so pages left, but we're counting it because I started it. I've been reading this literally all month. All month. I mean, obviously I've read other things besides Yours Truly. But this book, I started it September 1. And I still have 100 pages left. You don't know what day this is. It's at the end of September when I'm filming this. So, yeah. Yeah. And then we have Oathbringer next. Is that next? I think that's next. Anyway, that's what I have. I think, you know, my math is never really right, but I think that I've broken even. I think I'm right back. So I bought as much as I read this month. Look at me go. Hopefully, we've got one more round. We have one more round. Hopefully in the next 3 months, I can read 14 books and not buy any. Yeah, that's the goal. I don't know if we're gonna, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. If you've already seen my Blackoween TBR, you know that I have at least 3 books for Blackoween from my physical TBR, so that'll help a little bit, but I need to put a bigger dent into these unread books if I'm gonna get to 115 by the end of the year. So wish me luck, send it prayers, thoughts, whatever, because I'm gonna need it. But that's what I have for you guys today. Are there any books in these stacks that you're like, you need to get to right now because it's so good? Or are you like, you know what, I love that you have it, but you should just get rid of it? Because I'm not above. I'm not above just being like, I've never even touched this book and I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm not above it. But let me know. Thanks for coming on this journey with me, and until next time, bye.